Hey everyone, this is Bonnie Hunter, and I was invited to share my real sewing space with our readers, and I wasn't sure when I was asked if this was something I really wanted to do, as I have two sewing spaces. So we are standing in the Quiltville post office, which is a rehabbed 1950s post office that is next door to my retreat house, Quiltville Inn. And I do all of my mail order business in here. And I have several sewing machines set up. I love to do my piecing on my 301, but the 201 is set up with a walking foot for binding. And yes, I do get into big electronic machines, as I've got my big Janome over here set up because I'm doing some paper piecing on some snails trails blocks. And I love that thread cutter. When you need a thread cutter, you've got to have it. My Singer 500 is over here, not being used right now. This is Lola. Hey Lola. Yeah, say hi to everybody. Hi. I've got two studio cats. My son Jason moved to Portland, Oregon, and his cats came to live with Grandma. So this is Dresden over here. He's 13 and Lola's 11. I've got my long arm machine over here with my most recently bound finished quilt, or is it second most recently, covering up the mess that is underneath the table. But what I love most about this space is the abundance of windows and my retreat house that is right next door. You can see that through the windows right there. I will continue this little video clip at my home sewing space back at the cabin on the mountain. We'll see you in a few minutes. Good morning, everybody. It's Bonnie Hunter back at the Quiltville studio at the cabin. I had to think for just a second. Gudrun asked us if we would share our sewing spaces, and this is my sewing space at our cabin. It's not fancy. It's half of a basement space, and that's the best thing about it, besides the view that's outside the window. This is where Zoe loves to sit and watch for chipmunks, so we call this Zoe TV. I have my cutting table over here. I'm also known as the Princess of Piles because I have stacks and bins and boxes and pieces and parts of projects in progress. UFOs that have been unearthed that need to be worked on. Current projects on the wall. 2 blocks that were a test and they're maybe okay, but might something else need to happen. Various things on the design wall. These are just flannel-backed tablecloths that we tacked to the wall. So it's nothing permanent, but it's worked so far so good for a couple of years. I have my 2 301s set up here so I can have a friend come and sew. In the winter time, this little gas fireplace keeps us cozy and warm. And from where I sew, I can watch my Netflix or whatever on the TV on the wall. This is definitely my happy space. I have my AccuQuilt studio here. That's access to the garage and the utility room there. And yeah, there's a bathroom. There's some parts of a quilt I'm working on hanging over the door because every space is a staging area. And this is my small studio stash. It's not much here. I haven't moved my full stash over from Wahlberg yet, but we will. Stay tuned for more and have fun visiting the other people on the sewing room tour. Have a wonderful day, everybody.